What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, going to show you guys pretty much everything that you need to know about artifacts in Call of Dragons. Artifacts can do a lot for you in the open field PvP. Today, gonna show you guys the simple basics and some of the advanced stuff that you need to know about artifacts. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. Like the video, share it with your friends. Drop some comments down below. Let's get right into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, artifacts are items that you can add on your heroes to give you a lot of good buffs. You can get extra attack, extra HP, extra defense depending on the artifact that you equip on your hero. And each artifact has a special fighting ability that's going to take your performance to the next level. There are so many artifacts in Call of Dragons, and knowing the best one is going to give you the advantage over your enemies. You have artifacts that can let you teleport from one location to the next, and you have other artifacts that can let you blink and sneak up on enemies without them knowing. They are just crazy. First of all, we're going to begin the video by showing you guys how to get artifacts in Call of Dragons. How do you get artifacts? Well, it's simple. You go over here to the tavern, you hit this icon, and you have your artifact homepage right here. You can draw the artifacts and get whichever one you want to get. There are so many places to get artifacts. The first one is this regular artifact compendium. The second one is going to be the Riches of the Forest. That event shows up at the beginning of a brand new season. You have the Forge of Light that's going to give you excellent artifacts that are more advanced from the Forge of Light event. And then you have the end of the season artifact spin as well. When you finish a season, you're going to get a grade depending on how your alliance performed. If you get the dragon, you're going to get the better artifact pool. Now, every artifact that is legendary is going to be transformed into an exemplar. And there are so many conditions that you need to meet for exemplar. To unlock the exemplar tab, you're gonna need to spin the Forge of Light 2,000 times. So you can do both the Forge of Light and the Riches of the Forest. They will combine together to give you 2,000 artifact pools that will allow you to unlock exemplar. So if you don't have the 2,000 requirement, you won't be able to see this exemplar wish. You're only going to have the artifact. So you can work your way slowly by doing Forge of Light and Riches of the Forest to get exemplar unlocked. There are many places where you can get artifact keys to do the spins for both the Forge of Light and the regular artifact compendium. If you go to your store, you can buy some stuff from here. You click on the store and then you scroll down. As you can see, we got a gold key over here and we have a universal artifact key. Universal artifact key is going to let you spin the regular universal artifacts, which is what you see over here. You click the tavern. This artifact wish is for the regular artifact key. Now you have the Forge of Light artifact key as well. To get that one for free, go to your Goblin Market, click on this icon, and then over here you can scrap hero items, or you can scrap some of your epic artifacts to give you some currency that I'm pointing up top right here. You get this currency and then you come to this button right here and you can purchase the two different keys for the artifact pools. Remember, the Forge of Light is going to use this forged artifact key. You need to spend 2,000 of these keys to unlock exemplar. If you haven't met that requirement, you are not going to get exemplar. But this one is the regular artifact key that you can get. So this is how you can get extra keys as well. You can get some of them from going to the shop as well. There are some artifact bundles here that can give you some artifact keys. So these are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. Up next, we're going to check out the simple characteristics of an artifact and how to use your artifacts in Call of Dragons. So we're going to select this one, which is the universal artifact. It doesn't have an exemplar yet. So we go to the details. Now going to show you guys the characteristics of an artifact. Over here, you're going to have the description of the artifacts and all the cool stuff that it does. Some artifacts are locked to different troop types. There are artifacts for cavalry, for infantry, and for the mages. So with all the artifacts, there is going to be either 1 or 2 restrictions. Now the first restriction is going to be this attack that you see here up top. It could be attack, it could be HP. This one is classified as cavalry unit attack. So if you use this artifact with a cavalry legion, you're going to get this plus 40 attack at the top. However, if you apply this artifact to a different legion, you're going to get everything else here from the bottom, because this one is classified as legion attack and this one is damage taken and damage dealt. It is not locked to the troop type. So make sure you pay attention to this first line right here. It's going to tell you what that artifact is going to do. For example, this one is a mage artifact. You have magic unit attack up top, but you can use some of the other stuff on the other troop type. We have this one right here, which is archer. Again, you can see marksman unit attack at the top. So this is how an artifact is locked to a specific troop type. You can still get the other benefits of the other statistics. Using an artifact is easy and straightforward. Artifacts also have rage cost. So when you're using them on the map, you can attack a darkling on the map and your artifact is going to be activated. So let's attack this darkling with a bunch of 5 marches that I have right here. I got 5 different artifacts. So these are cavalry artifacts that have their own rage requirement. You can set your artifacts to hit on auto, or you can click it by yourself. So this one, they're all on auto. Like this one, I can click it by myself and then change the direction. Let's put it this way. We send it that way and boom. That is how you use your artifacts in Call of Dragons. Now each artifact is gonna get rage depending on the troop type. Let's check them out. There is a correlation between the artifact rage and the attacking distance of the troop type. Now we start off with infantry heroes. So infantry legions have a rage cost of 400 because of the melee range. And then we go to the cavalry artifacts that have 600 rage cost. Now cavalry have elk riders who also attack in medium, and cavalry are a little bit faster, so their rage cost is 600. They can close the distance. And then we have archers. Archers have a rage cost of 1200 because of their attacking range, which is medium. It is longer than both cavalry and infantry. And then we have the mages who have attack range of far. Their attack range is longer than archers, which is why their rage cost is 1600. You will never see the game developers building an archer artifact with 1600 rage. You won't see the devs building a magic artifact with 400 rage. That is because the artifact is locked to the attacking distance of the different troop types. Otherwise, the game is not going to be fair. Let us have a look at the differences between a regular artifact and an exemplar artifact. As you can see here, these red artifacts right here, these are exemplar artifacts. All artifacts are going to start off as legendary. Legendary artifacts are yellow. As you can see here, I don't have their exemplar. So let's click on this artifact, for example. If you look at this artifact, it doesn't have exemplar. It doesn't have the other added benefits. Like you don't see it over here. And then let's check out an exemplar artifact and see how it has changed. So we're going to click on this one right here, the Infernal Flame. We're going to hit details. As you can see, this artifact is now red and it has got some extra buffs. We have got exemplar effect, damage dealt of plus 5% and another damage taken of minus 5%. This one is only level 4. Otherwise, this could have been 7.5 and 7.5%. So when you take your artifact to exemplar statistics, it's going to get extra buffs. And this exemplar also has given Lilia 300 additional damage factor. Like you can go at the bottom here and see what the exemplar has done to the artifact when you get it. So this one here deals magic damage to an extra legion, which was added to this artifact. Every single artifact has its own exemplar benefits. It is pretty cool. So make sure you try to get 2000 Forge of Light pulls. That way you unlock your exemplar. To do some exemplar wishes, you're going to go to your tavern and then you click on this icon. And as you can see, you have exemplar wish over here. Now you're going to select the 2 wishes that you like. There are some conditions that you have to meet. Now you will get random exemplars, but if you're lucky, you can get the one that you want. You can wish for exemplar. To wish for exemplar, you're going to need artifact emblems just like this one. You're going to need 6 copies of these items to get one wish. Like exemplars are very costly, but they are going to take your legions to the next level. So right now I have one exemplar wish left. So I'm going to be waiting because I know that's going to get me one of these two stuff right here. If you go here to the collection, you can see all the exemplars that you have. I have unlocked quite a few. It's pretty good. I've been reforging a lot of different artifacts. I got so many exemplars here that I need to get. Hopefully, I get the ones that I want. So these are all the exemplars that are currently available in the game. They add new exemplars every now and then. So make sure you check this page out to see what is new, and you can do the pulls to hopefully get one for yourself. Let us have a look at the differences between a legendary artifact and an epic artifact. Which one should you use? The answer is pretty much straightforward. Always use a legendary artifact, regardless of whether it is level 1 or level 5. It's going to give you more value than the epic artifacts. The epic artifacts have some good utility for doing simple stuff in PvP. Like you can use them for doing those simple stuff. But if you're going to be fighting your enemies, make sure you always have legendary artifacts equipped. And here are the differences. Let us start off with the magic bomb. This artifact is popular in season 1. You can use it. As you can see here, the magic unit attack of this artifact is only plus 28%. That is because epic artifacts stop at level 50. As you can see here, this one is only level 50. And epic artifacts only have damage taken reduction. They don't have the damage dealt. So let's check out a legendary artifact to let you guys understand the differences. We're going to click on this Lilia artifact and see what is going on. So this artifact, which is legendary, goes all the way up to level 60, as you can see here. And since it has gone to level 60, the magic unit attack at the top here is 40%. For the epic artifact, it only stopped at 28%. So you're missing out on 12% of this boost if you try to use epic artifacts, which is something that you don't really want. Legendary artifacts can go all the way up to 6 stars. And when you take it to 6 stars, it's going to allow you to unlock this additional damage dealt that you can see here at the bottom. So this one is going to go to damage dealt of plus 6%, but this artifact is only level 4. So it's going to go to up to 7.5% damage taken and damage dealt. So these are some of the differences between epic and legendary artifacts. Make sure you always have legendary artifacts in open field PvP, whether it's level 1 only, because of these added benefits that you get from that artifact. Legendary artifacts also have good characteristics over here that make them do more damage than the epic artifacts. Legendary artifacts can also be taken to exemplar status. That will give them an additional damage dealt over here and damage taken. So this is something you need to keep in mind. While we're still on this topic, we can talk about the two different types of legendary artifacts that we have in the game. So let's go over here to the tavern. Most of the artifacts that you get from here are only going to have 5% damage dealt and 5% damage taken. But the artifacts that you get from the Forge of Light are mostly going to have 7.5% damage dealt and 7.5% less damage taken. So let's check it out from here. Shadow of Blades, for example. This artifact is from the regular artifact compendium. It is maxed out at level 5. As you can see, the damage taken is -5, damage dealt is +5. When you look at the exemplar status, we only got damage dealt of +2.5% and damage taken of -2.5%. So if you want the best artifacts, you need to get them from the Forge of Light. Let me show you an example of best artifacts from Forge of Light. We got one right here, which is the Infernal Flame. This one is only level 4. As you can see, the exemplar damage dealt is +5% as opposed to the +2.5% of the regular artifact. Damage taken of -5%. And then damage taken at the bottom here, -6%. If I have it at level 5, it's going to be -7.5%. And damage dealt is going to be +7.5%. So this is the difference between a regular artifact and a Forge of Light artifact. Now there are some artifacts in the regular compendium that have these good buffs. For example, we have this one right here, the Deathless Vines. You can get this from the regular artifact compendium, but it can go all the way up to 7.5%. Another one is going to be this one right here, which I believe also go to 7.5%. And I think we might have a third one unless I am mistaken. Is it going to be this one right here? Yep. I think this one also goes to 7.5%. Is it? Nope, doesn't look like it. So I think we only have two maybe. Oh, this one goes to 7.5%. I don't remember correct. But I think you get the idea. There are artifacts that have 7.5% damage dealt and less damage taken. And then there is 5% damage dealt and less damage taken. So you need to know the differences between the two. Up next, we check out how to reforge artifacts and how you can level them up. I wanted to include both of these things in the same chapter. So to reforge an artifact, you just click on the artifacts and then you click on the other icon. So today we're going to be reforging this rattle spear. But first of all, let's say I want to reforge this Spiritborn Tox. If I click on the detail and I click on this thing right here, it says cannot reforge because the artifact is equipped. So we need to remove this artifact. You can remove it from here. But if you want to equip it on someone else, you can go to your Legion section and do it as well. So we can go over here and you can equip and unequip an artifact. So this one right here is Syndrion. I can replace it with something else from over here. Like we can put this one right here on Syndrion, or we can remove it. Replace or remove. It has been removed. In this case, we're going to give him back his Shadow Blades. Okay, so that is how you equip and unequip an artifact. If you want to reforge an artifact, you click on the items and then you click on the artifact that you want to reforge. In my case, I want to reforge the Rattle Spear. I don't really use archers a lot in the game, so I'm going to reforge this and then get the copies that I used to get the artifact. Now to take an artifact from level 5 to level 6, you're going to need 4 extra copies or 4 legendary artifact emblems to take them to level 6. So I need to reforge this one and maybe use it for exemplar pools, but we're gonna see. So we click on this icon right here to reforge the artifact. And you can see here on the right hand side, you have 1 free reforge. You can do a free reforge once every month. Over here is everything that I have put on this artifact and everything that I'm gonna get back. As you can see here, I have 4 artifact emblems that I used to push this artifact from 5 stars to 6 stars. And then I have 2 copies of the Rattle Spear as well. So I'm going to reforge this, and when I reforge it, I'm going to get everything back, including the arcane dust that I used to level up the artifact. So we're gonna hit reforge. Once I reforge it, I cannot reforge again for another 30 days. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to use a reforging item. So we hit reforge and then we confirm. So this artifact has been reforged all the way back to level 1. I have lost a lot of statistics. Now this is everything that I get back by reforging this artifact. So we're gonna hit confirm. So this is what an artifact will look like if you just get it at level 1. So we're gonna click on this artifact and try to level it up again. I don't want to lose some of the items. Now I have 2 copies of this artifact, so I'm going to apply it. We're gonna click skills and then we apply these copies. As you can see, the damage and everything is gonna increase. So we apply this, level 2. Apply the last one is level number 3. Okay, that is done. Now I want to level up this artifact. So we click on this plus sign and then we click on this circular thing right here, goes to level 1, or we click this one, takes it all the way up to level 60. I can use the arcane dust that I have. You can get this arcane dust by killing darklings on the map. So we're gonna hit upgrade. This artifact goes all the way up to level number 60. Now that I have this artifact at level number 60, as you can see here, I have the unit attack of plus 40% and legion attack of plus 4%. Now we can level up the star level of this artifact to unlock some of these buffs at the bottom here. If I take it to 5 stars, I think it's gonna unlock the less damage taken. And then if I take it to 6 stars, it's going to unlock the damage dealt. Now this is something that epic artifacts don't have. So let us do this together. We're going to do this. We hit ascend. We're going to use these items here at the bottom. So that's level 2. Now the next one is going to require these blue items to upgrade it to the next level. We're going to get plus 6% additional Legion attack. So that is done. We are at 3 stars. Let's check what's happened. Have we locked the damage taken? Unlocked it? Not yet. Okay, so we'll unlock this at 5 stars. So let's go and keep doing it. Now we need epic emblems to take it to the next star level. We hit ascend. Okay, damage has gone to plus 22%. Now we ascend it to 5 stars. Boom. Now we have 5 stars. Okay, as you can see, the damage taken has been unlocked. So this is where all the epic artifacts end. They cannot go beyond 5 stars. So now, if we take this one to 6 stars, we're going to get additional damage dealt. So let's go and see how that works. As you can see here, I have emblems that I can use to take this artifact to 6 stars. And you're going to need 4 of these copies to take it to 6 stars. It is very, very costly. Now, if I hit ascend, it's going to go to 6 stars, but I don't really want to do that. I want to use these 4 emblems on something else to do an exemplar pull. So let's go over here and you can see how the exemplar is going to work. So we click this thing, we hit tavern, we go to the exemplar. I need about 6 artifacts to get 1 exemplar. So over here, I only have 5. I still need 1 more. Then I do quick select and it's going to give me 1 wish. But I'm at a point where I'm going to get one of these 2 artifacts. So I'm going to wait. When they add the new artifact here, I'm going to switch this one and put something else, because I want to get one of those 2 good artifacts. So this is how the exemplar wish is going to work. And what I just showed you was how to level up your artifacts and to reforge them in Call of Dragons. There are 2 types of special artifacts in Call of Dragons that you need to be aware of. So we're going to hit items and we check them out. The first one is going to be flying artifacts. We only have 1 in the game, and that is Visage of the Sanctus. When you click on the details, as you can see here up top, it is classified as flying unit defense, which means you can only use this artifact with the flying troop types. We got flying mages, we got flying archers, and we have flying cavalry. Those unit types are going to use this artifact, which is flying universal. You cannot put this artifact on ground troops and expect it to work. The troop has to be a flying troop type to get the benefit of this artifact. The rage cost here is 600. The next one that we're going to check out is going to be a universal artifact that can be used by any troop type. It doesn't matter. There is no restriction. And that is the Fang of the Ashkari. As you can see here, it has been classified as Legion Defense plus 40%. It's going to work on any troop type. So this is something that you need to know. The next universal artifact is going to be the Springbird Feather. This one also has a Legion March Speed, classified by Legion March Speed, which means it's going to work with every single troop type. So these are the 2 unique artifacts that you need to know. In the future, I do believe the devs are going to be adding more flying artifacts in the game, hopefully, but we're going to find out. But as of right now, we have 2 universal artifacts that can work with any troop type. Let us check out top 4 artifacts that you really need to have in Call of Dragons. These are artifacts that you are never going to regret having on your account. So the first one is going to be the Spiritborn Talk right here. This is the artifact that you need to invest. In Call of Dragons, you're going to need at least 1 infantry march with you. The Spiritborn Talk is the way to go. This artifact is going to be useful on any infantry march, and you're going to get extra counter attack. Goes all the way up to 20% counter attack damage. Hands down best infantry artifacts in the game as of right now. The next one that you need with you is going to be the Springblade. Now Springblade is a cavalry artifact. Sometimes you're going to need 1 cavalry march. And this artifact is going to work with heroes that can have passion. We have many heroes in the game that have passion in Call of Dragons. You can get the Springbird Feather from the Titan's Legacy. Do we have it here? Rewards. So Titan Legacy has been locked right now. You can get the Springbird Feather from there. Next artifact that you need in the top 4 is going to be the Infernal Flame. This is probably the best mage artifact in the game. It takes Lilia to the next level, mainly because it can give Lilia an extra 30% attack. And it also does some good damage. So you will never regret having this artifact with you. And Lilia is kind of like an immortal hero in the game. If you need a mage hero, Lilia is going to be the one that you go for. So this is the best artifact to pick for the mage troop type. And then the next one that you need on you is the Gilded Crossbow because of Magzay. Magzay is the best archer mage in the game. You're going to need an artifact to do Behemoth, to do DPS, to put in alliance keeps and just annihilate your enemies. And Magzay is the real deal. So Gilded Crossbow is going to be among the top 4 artifacts that you need in Call of Dragons. So if you're a new player, make sure you check out the 4 artifacts that I just mentioned. Those are the ones that you need to keep with you. They are going to be very, very beneficial. That pretty much covers all the different things that you need to know about artifacts in Call of Dragons. In this next chapter, we're going to check out some of the cool artifacts in the game that you need to pay attention to. So we're going to go here, replace, and then we're going to have a look at them one by one. So what should you know about some artifacts from here? So we're going to scroll down and we're going to pick the best ones. Okay, so we have Fang of Ashkari. You can use this artifact on any troop type. So make sure you have it with you. It is pretty good. Up next, we have this Mana Stone Hunter. It has good utility. You can bring your legion outside and you can pop a Mana Stone right next to your city. If you don't want to go far away, you could get a good Mana Stone. That's going to be very, very helpful. We're going to keep this pushing. We have this artifact right here, which is the Blink. This is very common for infantry play and for archers, and for cavalry as well. One of the best. Most infantry use this artifact to trap enemies and prevent them from running away. So this one is something you need to keep in mind. We're going to go on to the next one right here, which is going to be Spirit Reborn Tor can force up to 6 legion to attack you. It is Goros. Very dangerous artifacts. Another good one is the Staff of the Prophet. This artifact is going to teleport your legions from one location to the next. It is one of the best in the game. Make sure you keep it with you. Have it in your account. Another one is this one right here. What is it called? It is called the Wolf Woman of the Healer. It can do a lot of good stuff. It works like the other Blink artifact, but this one has HP. Mostly used by infantry and cavalry. And then we have this one right here, the Grey Mars Warhammer. This artifact is pretty good. It can stun enemies for 4 seconds. The enemies who have been stunned will not launch counter-attack. You see how useful this artifact can become? Like you can stun someone and they won't be able to launch any counter-attack, which is pretty good. It's a good artifact to have with you. What is another one? This one is good for pushing enemies to the front line, just letting them take a lot of damage. It is pretty good. We got plenty of good artifacts. We have this one right here, which can, bring your legions back. Like if you go far away, bring your legions back to your city, right next to your city. It is pretty good, very popular. This one also is another good epic artifact for PvP. You can put a shield that will let you take 0 damage for 10 seconds. Very useful in open field PvP. We have this one right here, aka the Magic Bomb. You can use this one to trap enemies and prevent them from going to buildings or reinforcing alliance keeps. It is pretty good. There are so many good artifacts in Call of Dragons that have a lot of good stuff. Another good one is the Thunder Elegy. It can lock enemies in place and prevent them from moving. So imagine all the nasty things you can do to your enemies. Another one that works like that is also the Deathless Vines. Just trap enemies, prevent them from moving, there is not much they can do. Another good one is going to be the gold crest. It can also trap enemies, prevent them from moving. There are so many good utility artifacts in Call of Dragons. Just read them, see their characteristics, and you will know what they can do. I just wanted to point out some of the ones that are popular in the PvP. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is everything that you need to know about artifacts. Let me know down below if you have any more questions or if you want me to clarify some stuff about artifacts in the game. Oh, and we have the Viola's bow. This one is going to stun enemies, I think. Let me see. Prevent enemies from casting artifact skills for 10 seconds. Imagine what you can do with this. You can hit an enemy of 5 legions. You cast all of your artifacts. You prevent them from casting. You do even more damage. It is very good. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.